Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys in California. Before I begin, give all praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. You must understand that there is I would say, I can't really call it much of a competition because our power has all the power. But the God of this world is being exposed by our power. And the other nations are still clinging to the other nations as every single day our Father shows them that they have less and less power and absolutely no understanding. You see, we constantly are asking questions, but we're asking questions from a people that have absolutely no answers. We ask questions, we ask for clarification from imbeciles who have no understanding whatsoever. When you ask for them to prove anything, you see nothing at all. Now, see, we've been trying to come at this the wrong way. We've been coming at it like when they would, attack us and, try to make us seem like we're the idiots and everything else. And they still do, even to this day. They still try to make it seem like we're the idiots. We're those guys, while they have constantly not proven anything. But you see, what the Father is doing is showing us like, hey, give out this truth. Show this truth. So see, as their people keep going back and forth to their power, their pastors, their priests, they're getting less and less, feedback. They're getting less and less understanding. And eventually they're going to have to, if they're called, they're going to have to start to look at alternative sources of information. See, there's all these explosions happening all over the United States. And what is the Gentile breakdown? It's always the same. Oh, this is the 1%. This is the 1%ers right here. They're trying to kill us all off. We're just mindless eaters. They're trying to kill us all off. So they're trying to, destroy the food source. I said that's the main thing that they've been saying for years. That it's the 1%. You think the 1% has control like that? This is the Most High, implementing his plan. See, just because your churches, your priests, your pastors have hidden prophecy doesn't mean those prophecies are not going to come to pass. In fact, we're going to show you some prophecies that's coming to pass right now. See, manifest destiny was a curse upon you. You thought it was a blessing from the Most High to go around and take lands that don't belong to you. But that manifest destiny was the worst thing that could have happened to you. Because not only did it, you got the blessings during that time when you were raping, robbing, murdering, and stealing our lands. Your children have been, reaping the benefits by inheriting these lands. You've made laws to hide all this information. But ultimately, your family members, your fathers, your forefathers never told you that there was a payment due and that your forefathers made this covenant during the time of Noah. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if the Gentile breakdown is correct or the Most High's breakdown is correct. Just like when Elijah was battling the priests of Baal, they had their beliefs, they had their God they were praying to, and Elijah had his. And eventually, the Most High proved Elijah right, proved that he was worshiping the true power. And that's exactly what's happening again right now. I was watching a little bit of Deacon Sakari had a video today talking about a guy who used to be a Hebrew Israelite. And these Christians love to find someone like that to interview in order to try to, bash the Israelites. And we already know that they can't get into scriptures. They can't get down with the scriptures like the true Hebrews can. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? But they have to set up those types of interviews and those types of conversations because they have to control the narrative. The proctor said one thing like, well, how high did you go up, into the Black Hebrew Israelites organization? He said, oh, I didn't go very far. I would just go out there and read. I would just go out there and read. When they say read, they're just making jokes. And she said, oh, so you weren't yelling at little old white men and or little old white ladies and you know cussing people out. Now, see, that's why they set up this whole situation so they can say things like that in order to try to defame the true people, which is cool. You guys, hey, you have to do that. Okay, that's what they set you up for. To go out there and try to set us up and make us look all crazy, which is, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. But see, our power is going to expose you. Have you? Can you show me some examples of Christians coming over here to the Americas and being godly? They were doing a lot worse than yelling at little old people. They were doing much worse than yelling at little old Aborigines. They were doing much worse than saying a couple of bad words to the Aborigines here, right? So even if you want to say anything about the supposed Black Hebrew Israelites saying some negative things to people, that doesn't even compare to the physical things that your churches have done. And you don't get the opportunity to exclude yourself from them. That is your organization. That is what you represent. So if you want to, act as if you're so holy, trust me, our Father's been working. He's been watching. He's been keeping track. You came here and broke every single treaty you made. You came here and set up treaties to steal lands from the original people that was here. You killed women and children. You raped the wives. You never paid for any of these horrible things. But you have the nerve to talk about a couple of people, maybe saying a couple of bad words to people. And that's just the worst thing ever. But you never look at your history. Catholics, which is what you are, Christians, and your papal bulls, which pretty much, you made it legal to pretty much dehumanize anyone that didn't want to go with your religion. And your Christianity did exactly the same thing. So before you try to attack what supposed Black Hebrew Israelites are doing, which they're not, some may be, but hey, how many of them have been set up by you? How many of them have been set up by you so that you can run right back and use them as a negative example? Now, this guy hadn't even ascended very much, and some of the stuff he said was just absolutely crazy. Like he was like, he's like, whoa, when I was in the, Hebrew Israelite movement, he just kind of like asked, like, what do they feel about Christians? Well, like, the Christians pretty much don't know their Bible. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't know their Bible. Well, sorry, they don't know the Bible because it's not theirs in the first place. Okay, that's why we were not allowed to read it, because they already knew it. Once we started to read it, we were going to get the Holy Spirit, and that was going to be game, set, match. So so these things that they've been doing, and it was crazy what he was saying was like, well, yeah, the Hebrews were just, they knew so much information, and they were, going out there and they were saying, they were pretty much they were cutting the Christians to pieces. But it's like, yeah, but they were cutting to pieces, but they weren't doing it like, the right way or out of love. It was something ridiculous. It was like, yeah, they knew their stuff, but they really were doing it all wrong, or something to that effect. You can look it up yourself. If you look it up, Deacon Sakara, and you can look up the his talking about, these was it a black Hebrew Israelite kind of left it and came out and it was being interviewed. You can hear, like, pretty much the guy he was pretty much explaining, well, he was pretty much proving that the black Hebrew Israelites knew the scriptures and that the Christian church did not, and he couldn't really dispel that information. So he kind of came up with some other reason to try to, say that, yeah, they know their stuff, but they don't really know. They don't apply it the right way. That's what they always do, but that's okay. That's all right. Now, see, here we go even a step further, because we know that you Gentiles do not have the authority to dictate what we do and what we don't read. So we're going to take a quick look at why you see all these explosions happening worldwide, why you see these earthquakes happening worldwide, why you see this death and destruction going on, why you see everything going to hell in a handbasket, why you see your president rolling on out on President's Day and he's over in the Ukraine, doesn't care at all about the people over here, while he's, over there enjoying himself in Poland with the Europeans over that way. It's just showing you that, like I said, this place is a wrap. It's done. But see, they know these scriptures. They know that they're only going to be here for a certain amount of time, but you don't know these scriptures at all because they were hidden from you. And all they're going to tell you is that, well, we don't accept those. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to see if the Most High accepts them. What you accept and don't accept doesn't matter. We're going to watch and see the Most High work. Does the Most High accept these scriptures? Does he accept these covenants that were established way before, the Gentiles came into power? We're going to see. Take a quick look here at the Sefer. Because a lot of people are asking, why? Like, you see a lot of the Gentiles, you can see on their faces, they're still trying to do that. Well, if we get Trump in office, things are going to get better. They're saying it, but that they don't believe it. Trump was in office and things weren't better. But check this out. This is going to be chapter 9, Book of Jubilees, over here in this section right here. Okay, I'm going to go here where I kind of zoomed in on it. Okay. And thus the sons of Noah divided unto their sons in the presence of Noah, their father. And he bound them all by an oath, imprecating a curse on everyone that sought to seize the portion which had not fallen to him by his lot. And they all said, so be it. So be it for themselves and their sons forever, throughout their generations, till the day of judgment, on which Yahweh Elohim shall judge them with a sword and with fire, for all the unclean wickedness of their errors, wherewith they have filled the earth with transgression and uncleanliness and fornication and sin. Now, that's what these people have done. So you really think you need to be going over to them to get clarification on anything? You really think you need to be going to them, people who've just taken wickedness all to the full four corners, lied about everything, hidden all the information, hidden your history, hidden who you are? You really think you need to go to them for any kind of understanding? You see, that's why they're so lost. And that's why we're bringing this out. And watch, the Most High is going to bring more destruction because you're on stolen land. This land is given to the Most High's chosen people. You had an opportunity to be here for a time while we served our punishment. Now, our punishment is over. Yours is just beginning. That is why all of these horrible events are happening. This is why they are accelerating. This is why no matter which way you look, things are getting worse. If you read Deuteronomy, see, they always have us reading Deuteronomy 21, Deuteronomy 28, 68. Sorry. But what we need to look at, those blessings right now. Okay? Because that's what's about to befall on the Most High's chosen people. The blessings. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15 is about to start to fall on the Most High's chosen people, and the other nations are about to see it. While the other nations are going to start to fall into the curses. Deuteronomy 28, 16 through 68. That's what's going to start happening to them. It's already happening. They are mentally being absolutely destroyed every day. Everything that they've put their faith in is being exposed. They put their faith in their money, put their faith in their corporations. And see, when the corporations were screwing us over, it was no problem. Now the corporations are screwing them over. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I can't. If these people were black, they'd be right there. If these were black people that were getting shafted, the media and the government right there. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't help. They haven't helped us the whole time. But you see, you believe what you want to believe. If that's how you want to, shape it in your mind or whatever else. See, the days of us trying to argue with you and trying to get you to understand what we understand, those days are over with. Hey, you feel free to believe whatever you want. You think that they're going to make us whole. They're going to, fix everything with us. And if they've been doing that the whole time and things have been equal, hey, you feel free to believe that. Be my guest. If you want to believe that America was a godly nation in the 1940s and 1950s and that they lost their way after the 40s and 50s, and now this is why all this stuff is happening because of abortion and how America's lost its ways after only the 40s and 50s. I heard that a couple days ago about how America, lost its way. Like it's lost its way. It's, the way that they've set up their diplomacy. This and that. But, but in the 1940s and 1950s, America stood for something. Yeah, Jim Crow. Yeah, it stood for lynching black people. Yeah, it had redlining. Yeah, it's still set up for. It was still set up for all that. Still being able to rape, rob, and murder us, and we can't even go to court and get any kind of justice. But like I said, if you want to believe that, if that's what helps you sleep at night, be my guest. That just means the Most High is going to have to bring more judgment and more destruction on you, so that eventually you're going to see the truth. Eventually, you're going to say, my forefathers have inherited lies. Whatever the Most High has to do to you to get you to that point, hey, that's between you and the Most High. But they said there's all this information. This way here was all decided a long time ago. This was decided a long time ago. So once, you guys got your manifest destiny, you see, you guys got all these, these definite positive, blessings from the Most High. You thought that was going to go on forever. But now you're seeing that these positive blessings are now falling apart and going away. Now you're trying to, in your own head, justify why these things are happening while excluding us the whole time. That's why you have Black History Month again. to exclude all the things you've done done to us, so that now when destruction is coming upon you, you just look at your history. Well, my history is great. Why would the Most High do these things to me? Look, man. I mean, we got the forefathers right here, the founding fathers. We've done nothing but we've been nothing but great to the Native Americans. I said we've been great to the black people. I said we gave them a unpaid apprenticeship, but we've been nice to them, and we gave them money, and we gave them the 40 acres and a mule, right? Yeah, we did all that, right? Yeah, we ate in the 1920s and 30s when we started allowing the FHA to give loans. They were giving loans to everybody. They were giving loans to everybody that wanted one. Yeah, after the soldiers came back from the war, they were all treated with respect, and we all treated them fairly. And they got that GI Bill so they could all go and buy homes for themselves, so they could get wealth for themselves. I said that's what our history has shown us. So why would the Most High be destroying us right now? Because I mean, our history is just absolutely awesome. Yeah, well, when you leave all the negative stuff out and you ignore it, and all the negative things in the scriptures that you're gonna have to pay for, you ignore those scriptures and leave that out, or you don't accept them, or you know you don't canonize them as if you have that kind of power. You see how absolutely ridiculous that sounds. You see, in your head, that's what you think. That's what you think your history is. We've been great this whole time. We just messed up with abortion. But everything before abortion was awesome. Great. We've been the perfect examples. We've been so fair. We've been so fair to the black people. We've given them too much. They should be like so happy with the great stuff we've given them. Slavery ended at 1865, and we gave them their 40 acres and a mule. In fact, we gave them 60 acres and a mule. In fact, you know what? I gave them my daughter. I let them come and just take my daughter and let them, have them take my kids with them and make them work. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's just the stuff that's in their minds. And that's why you can't even reason with them. Because the true history is now some kind of, it's something that's people are just making up to make them feel bad. Hey, man, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Most High's about to do that. Most High's going to do a lot more than make you feel bad. So like I said, you got your power. You keep praying to Cesare. You keep praying to White Jesus. White Jesus allowed you to set up your history and make up all the BS that you guys have made up your churches that are just so nice, and your churches are just so godly. They don't do anything wrong, and they've never done anything wrong. Never been a part of slavery. Never been a part of stealing land. Never been a part of any of that stuff. If you want to believe that, hey, feel free. Follow that God. Follow Cesare. We'll see where that's going to lead you. We're going to continue following the Most High, the one that talks about everything that has happened. All the stuff that you've hidden as well. So again, I'll read this one more time. And thus the sons of Noah divided unto their sons in the presence of Noah, their father. And he bound them all by an oath, imprecating a curse on every one that sought to seize the portion which had not fallen to him by his lot. And they all said, so be it. So all of our forefathers said, so be it. Okay? So be it for themselves and their sons forever, throughout their generations, till the day of judgment, on which Yahweh Elohim shall judge them with a sword and with fire, for all the unclean wickedness of their errors, wherewith they have filled the earth with transgression and uncleanness and fornication and sin. So we're going to see if the Most High's words be true, or if you saying you don't accept this information or you don't accept these words is true. We're about to see who is correct. I don't know, though. What do you think about that warm-up right now? It sure is looking like the Most High is bringing judgment. because you are on a land that does not belong to you. You have stolen property that doesn't belong to you, stolen people, stolen history, stolen artifacts. You've stolen everything. And the Most High is going to work to give all of that back. So you just wait and watch. And we'll see whose power is the greatest. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.